What's good, super friends? It's your tío Pepe from the mean streets of Sunland Park. Hey, dice el feo que quiere 3 de tripitas y 3 de buche. Sorry about that. Doing my little side hustle here. I've always had the reputation of being the cool uncle. You know, the one that lets you taste his old cough syrup when mom and dad aren't looking. So I always hook you up. I'm back to hook you up again, fam. For only $2 a month, you can skip these annoying ads and get our episodes ad-free and a week early. You'll also be the first to know when I release my MFTs. You've heard of NFTs? These are MFTs, baby. Mexican fungible tokens, vato. The first ones of Rocky Estar y Super Muñeco will be out soon. Shoot me a DM on the DL. Ain't none of Isela and Elena's business, if you know what I mean. We'll also send you stickers a few times a year and shout you out on our show. Link is in the show notes or check us out on patreon.com/technicallyaconversation.
The legend of Bloody Mary is a staple in the realm of spooky stories, whispered by children at sleepovers and tested in dimly lit bathrooms around the world. But where did this haunting tale originate, and why does it continue to endure? Join us as we travel back to the 1500s and take a glimpse into Queen Mary Tudor's life, discover why she was anointed Bloody Mary, and summon Bloody Mary herself on this episode of Technically a Conversation. Greetings. You're listening to Technically a Conversation, a podcast where we share an interesting topic or story with each other in the hopes you also find it interesting. I'm 1/3 of your hosts, Elena, and I'm joined as always by my spooky brother, Jose. How's everything going?
Going good. Just being spooky, you know. I'm trying to stay true to my name.
Exactly.
How's everything going with you?
Good. Much better than last month, I will say. And I'll be turning the ripe old age of 41 in a few days. So not looking forward to that. Seems like everything seems to hurt a lot more every day. A new pain just for living, you know, nothing special.
Yeah, welcome to the club. We're glad to have you.
It sucks. I hate it so much. But whatever. People at work, like they see me limping and they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm just old. Leave me alone.
Yeah. And they say we're approaching our golden years. So, well, actually, I think the golden years are the 60s. So I can just imagine how that's going to be if I'm still alive.
No, I don't want to. I don't. I think I'm going to have to live on like Vicodin or something. I don't know. I already can't stand the pain. I can just imagine like 20 years from now. Oh, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
So speaking of a better month, my month before, if you guys listened, I mentioned the passing of my almost 19-year-old dog. And I'd like to take this opportunity to give our super duper super friend, Sophia, a special shout out. She sent a very sweet message on our Patreon page regarding the passing of my dog, Axel. And I so appreciate your concern. It was very kind of you.
Yes, thank you.
Jose, so a few episodes back, you asked me if I have irrational fears. And of course, like always, I froze. I didn't know what to say. But I've come up with some since then. And I believe that these were fears that were ingrained in us growing up in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, you let me know. The first one, quicksand.
Yep. And I've never encountered quicksand ever in my life.
Exactly. I don't know why it was such a big deal back then, but it was always like, be careful with quicksand because you're going to like get swallowed by the floor. I don't know why, but then we got to see it on The Neverending Story. So New Fear Unlocked, right? And then our entire playground at our old school was made of only sand. So for sure, I thought I was going to get sucked in and I was going to become like poor Artax. All right, I got another one for you. What about catching on fire? How many times were we taught in school to stop, drop, and roll?
That is true. Yeah, I remember having to learn that. And always had those little presentations where the firefighters would come and everything.
Right. But how many times have you caught on fire?
I think only like twice, maybe.
Did you stop, drop, and roll though?
No, one was, I don't know if you remember that one time that we all hung out for my birthday at Red Lobster, where I put my arm, for some reason, I don't know what the hell I was reaching, like right where the candles were, like my sleeve almost caught on fire.
But luckily you did not actually catch on fire.
I did not. And I remember the first time that I ever turned on a gas grill by myself. I didn't know that you were supposed to have the lid open. So I turned on the gas and then I was pressing the pilot and the whole freaking thing exploded. It like burned all the hair off of one of my arms off, kind of burned some of my eyebrows off. It was fun. It was educational.
I want to say that I sort of remember that, but it's funny because whenever you watch a movie, you always see people that are burning, like running around with their hands up in the air, and they are not stopping or dropping or rolling. So I wonder, is that just something that they taught us here in El Paso because it's so fucking hot here, or what?
I don't know. I'm sure it's probably part of like the federal curriculum or something.
I guess. Luckily, I've never mysteriously combusted yet, but I still have some time. What about swallowing a watermelon seed?
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of bullshit.
But we were told that a fucking watermelon was going to grow out of our ass. No, just kidding, not out of our ass. But we were told, right, that there was going to be a plant that was going to grow out of us.
Yeah, no, I think that's more of like an old wives' tale. I don't think we're taught that in school.
No, not taught in school. But I mean, a lot of these are from parents also. It's irrational fears.
Yeah, true. Or like if you swallowed gum, it would be stuck inside of you for 7 years.
That was my next one. That would take 7 years for that bitch to get out of our system. Okay, what about the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, I was pretty scared of that, even though we live thousands of miles away.
Exactly. I was convinced that if I ever traveled over there or like accidentally flew over it, I was just going to disappear like Amelia Earhart, who didn't even fly close to the Bermuda Triangle. But we know this because you did an episode on it that aired on July 24th, 2023.
That's right. But I was also under the same impression that she had disappeared over the Bermuda Triangle.
Right. And nobody talks about that anymore. I don't know why it was a thing back in the day.
It's one of those Mandela effects.
Yes, it's a Mandela effect for sure. I got another one for you. What about driving with the interior of your lights on in the car?
Well, that I think is just not safe because it's hard to see outside when the interior of your light's on.
Yeah, but we were always told if you're driving around with the lights on, because I think it was just a way for us not to turn them on, that we were going to get a ticket or get pulled over. But it's actually not even a law in most states. I don't know what states, but I know in Texas, not a law.
I don't think I ever heard that one, so.
No? Yeah, I feel like our parents, well, not my mom, because she doesn't, your mom and my mom, she doesn't drive, but our father would always say that, don't turn the lights on or else we're going to get pulled over.
I think he would just say that so you wouldn't turn it on because it is very hard to see outside when the lights are on during the dark.
Yes, it is. Okay, what about mocking someone because, I mean, like mocking somebody, making a face and not doing it because then your face was going to freeze that way?
Yeah, I think that's a common one. But I think it's just because our parents did that so that way we were more sensitive with people that had like disabilities so that way we wouldn't like try and mimic them or something.
Yes, or sitting too close to the TV because we're going to lose our eyesight.
Yeah, that part is not true. I know that. I know that one's not true at all.
So can you think of any other ones?
Well, growing up in the 80s, I thought that shark attacks were a lot more common. Like I imagine even like fucking going into like the bathtub, I was going to get snapped in half by a fucking shark or something.
Where was he going to come from?
I don't know. But, you know, especially after seeing Jaws and you kind of imagine, probably not the bathtub, that's like hyperbole, but, you know, you imagine shark attacks being a lot more prevalent than they actually are.
I can't say that was one of my fears. I guess because you have five years ahead of me.
Yeah. I don't think I was born when Jaws actually came out, but it was definitely in the pop culture, I want to say, especially with HBO.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one. Anything else you'd like to add?
Another one was that every stranger was a fucking kidnapper.
Yes.
So that if you were outside, and you had to be very careful because all the fucking kidnappers and all the satanic cults and all that fucking bullshit.
Yep, all the white vans, all the candies, all the razors.
Yeah. Well, the razors, I think we talked about that in our Urban Legends episode.
We did.
And that was a moment of life imitating art because that would get spread so much, but there were never any reported cases of people putting needles or poison or anything into candies. But once that became a big deal for some reason, people are like, hey, that's a good idea. I'm going to start putting razor blades and candy apples and, all this fucking crazy shit. But prior to that, it never existed.
And unfortunately for us, we never encountered it. No, just kidding. It's actually fortunate. I meant to say fortunate, but I was just being dumb. We never got a free razor blade in our candy.
Razor blades are expensive. I would kind of welcome that now. It's like $20 for this shit? Fuck, no wonder they keep it like locked in glass and shit. And you have to find like the special, like the keeper of the key that works at Walmart to go and lock that fucking shit.
Gotta press a little doorbell. Beep, boom. Well, this brings me to today's topic, which is not really a part of that because it's a little more supernatural, but I'm talking about Bloody Mary. To be honest with you, I haven't thought about her in years, but Bloody Mary used to scare the living shit out of me.
I think about her every night, baby.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I was afraid that she would appear in the mirror if I stared too long at it while I was washing my hands. Now I don't give it a second thought. But sometimes when I go to the bathroom at night, I am afraid of seeing something scary behind me, even though I don't believe in ghosts.
What if it's a kidnapper?
Oh, that could happen, but I'm not a kid anymore, so.
Los robachicos.
Robachicos are coming for me, even though I'm not a chico or chica anymore. So I know that you and I are 5 years apart, but did you guys ever try to conjure Bloody Mary in the restrooms of our elementary/middle school?
Of course I did.
Okay, you hadn't aged out of that trend yet.
No, Bloody Mary always existed as far back as I can remember, especially since we went to a Catholic school. That kind of added a little bit more fear to it. So, of course, we tried it.
Yeah, of course, we're going to a religious school, but doing all the things we should not be doing. Like trying to conjure Bloody Mary.
Exactly. And setting stuff in the playground on fire.
Oh, I never did that.
Oh, okay.
Nor do I know any of my classmates doing that, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think I told on myself. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitation has passed.
I'm pretty sure.
We're like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah, for sure. So I remember that, and correct me if I'm wrong, because this is a very old memory of mine, but I want to say that the light switch might have been outside the doors of the cafeteria bathroom. And then that bathroom actually had a door, because I think it was also like supposed to be a locker room.
That I don't remember. But I remember what we would do is when somebody would go inside like the bathroom and they were going to go sit down, we would turn on all the faucets and then just shut off the lights. So the person would be there in the stall in darkness and all they would be hearing is just like the white noise of the faucets.
Yeah, you know what? I was afraid of those assholes.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, like I remember the guys it was more so the guys that would do it, not the girls, but they would like flash the lights on and off, and then they would probably leave the water on too, and then they would call Bloody Mary out 3 times and then walk out like it's fucking Beetlejuice or something because she's gonna magically appear. But yeah, I was afraid of being like stuck on the toilet and somebody conjuring Bloody Mary and then her freaking taking me away. I was like, oh, you fucking assholes. That's probably why I'm a little bit afraid of the dark. Well, back then. Now I bask in it. I love the dark.
Yeah, me too. I think we talked about it on the old hermit monk episode. That my house is like a fucking cave. Like you open the door and you almost expect bats to fly the fuck out.
Cálmese, Batman. We're going into your lair.
That's what he said. I said, he's like, do you have a fucking Alfred there? It's like, no, because then I wouldn't be alone. Get on my nerves.
Aw, I need an Alfred. All right. Well, before we get into the entire Bloody Mary thing, let's take a quick commercial break.
Welcome to Obsessively Intrigued, the podcast where we dive deep into the passions that fuel our obsessions. We're your host, Bunny,
and Lexel,
your guides on this journey into the heart of all things
tantalizing and captivating. We're here to explore the hidden gems of pop culture. Each episode is a ticket into a realm where curiosity knows no bounds.
We're not just your host, we're your fellow seekers. Because, let's face it, we're all a bit obsessive about something. And here, that's not just okay, it's celebrated. So, if you're ready to unplug from the ordinary and dive into the extraordinary, you're in the right place. Let's hop into it.
This is Obsessively Intrigued. Hello, and welcome to our podcast. In Season 1, we'll be exploring NBC's TV show Hannibal, where we are revisiting and sharing our thoughts about the show.
Join us as we dissect the complex characters, unravel the intricate plot lines, and explore the dark psychology behind this gripping series. Follow us on Instagram at Obsessively Intrigued, Twitter at ObsyIntrigued, that's OBSYINTRIGUED, or visit our website, www.obsessivelyintrigued.com. We'll see you in the circle of obsession.
Hello, I'm Joe Landry.
And I'm Laurie Olford.
And we are the hosts of Alien Talk Podcast. It's a show where we discuss all things concerning aliens and UFOs, and where we push the very limits of our understanding about the concept of extraterrestrial life and paranormal phenomena.
Yeah, we set out to seek the truth and find the facts pertaining to highly discussed issues about the ancient astronaut theory, the contemporary thinking in the field of ufology, and even matters involving the supernatural and the miraculous.
With each episode, we delve deeply and systematically into fascinating discussions that surround such topics. It's an insightful podcast for insightful minds.
We're two Arizona police detectives and former Christian ministers who are well versed both in the studies of the Bible and in the methods of analytical investigation. We take what we know about obtaining sound evidence to solve a case and apply it to the pursuit of discovering possible truths that pertain to the existence of aliens, as well as to some of the mysteries of our universe.
So if you want to hear the intellectual side to the questions about UFOs, the hypotheses of extraterrestrial civilizations dwelling on Earth in the ancient past, and to humanity's place in the grand scheme of the cosmos, all as seen through science and religion, then check out Alien Talk Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And let your quest for knowledge take you to places you never thought you could go. And like we always say on the show, stay curious.
And we're back.
We're back!
Jose, did you summon Bloody Mary during our commercial break?
I did. As a matter of fact, she's right here with me.
And what does she have to say?
I don't think she says anything. She just looks kind of creepy.
She just looks kind of creepy.
But you know what? I dig her vibe. I fuck with it.
Yeah, me too. No, just kidding. All right. It's important to know that Bloody Mary is an important historical figure who very much existed. The following information was obtained from Britannica.com in an article written by Eric Norman Simons, link in the show notes.
Show notes.
She was born Mary Tudor on February 18th, 1516, in Greenwich, near London, England, and was the first female queen regnant, meaning she became a queen in her own right rather than a queen through marriage, according to an article in the royal.uk, to rule England from 1553 to 1558. Her father was King Henry VIII. Jose, do you remember that song from the 10s? And I mean the 1910s?
The Henry VIII I am, Henry VIII I am.
Yeah. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember from Ghost.
Yeah, me too. So Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore in that movie, chef's kiss. I loved that movie growing up, but those stupid little demons that would come out to drag you to hell, oh man, that shit would scare the shit out of me when I was little.
That was the only reason I would watch that movie, is because I wanted to see what those fucking demons.
No, that's scary. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Mary was born to Henry VIII and the Spanish princess Catherine of Aragon. As a child, she was pretty much a patsy in England's bitter rivalry with more powerful nations, often being proposed to by dictators of other nations in an attempt to form an ally, but no such suitors remained. She was very bright and well educated by her mother and a governess of ducal rank, which is of like or relating to a duke or dukedom. Mary finally was engaged to her cousin, a Holy Roman emperor known as both Charles V and Charles I of Spain. Mary was ordered to come to Spain with a huge dowry, but she said, "Not fam, not for me." But no worries, he moved on and found another vieja. In 1525, her father named her Princess of Wales, but there were no official documents to suggest that it was formally invested. She held court in Ludlow Castle with new plans of a suitor when everything came to a halt when her dad decided to marry Anne Boleyn. So, if we didn't think that Charles V and Mary's marriage wouldn't have been incestuous, get this. King Henry was already set on divorcing Catherine, claiming that it was incest because she had once been married to his brother, who is now deceased. The Pope didn't think that this was incestuous and did not grant the divorce, and King Henry did what any horny Catholic would do: leave his wife anyway and legalize the divorce. In 1534, King Henry broke with Rome and established the Church of England. The allegations of incest suddenly cast out Mary as a bastard. Anne, the new queen, then gave birth to Elizabeth, who would be future queen. Anne also forbade Mary from accessing her parents, stripped her of her title as princess, and forced her to act as lady-in-waiting to baby Elizabeth. Mary would never see her mother again, but frequently wrote to her, despite repercussions she would face should she get caught. Mary often feared for her life because of her stepmother's hatred towards her, but her mother's bravery and her father's stubbornness not only kept her from entering a convent when ordered to do so, but also made her persevere. Soon King Henry would become displeased with Anne, and he would later offer to pardon Mary should she admit that his marriage to her mother, Catherine, was indeed incest, and declare him the head of the Church of England. Despite Mary's opposition, she was encouraged by her cousin Charles to agree to her father's wishes, and in turn, she was given the household she deserved. Plans for her betrothal resumed. She would eventually become godmother to Prince Edward, King Henry's son, with Jane Seymour, the third queen. Mary was now the most important European princess and England's most eligible bachelorette. Mary's looks were quite plain, but she was very well versed and had a beautiful singing voice. No matter how hard she tried, though, she couldn't shake the sneers of being considered a bastard child. Her movements were often restricted, and proposed husbands would often fail to reach the altar. While Mary was being constantly slandered and being looked at as though she were the plague, King Henry decided to marry for a fourth time. Because, of course, we live in a patriarchal society, and the man can do whatever the heck he wants without social repercussions.
Yeah, that part is fucked up.
I know. His new wife, Catherine Howard, who would now be Queen number 4. At this time, Mary was allowed to return to the court, and in 1544, she was granted succession to the throne after Edward and any other legitimate children of Henry's, even though she was still considered illegitimate. Edward succeeded his father in 1547 and passed in 1553. At this point, Mary fled to Norfolk and Lady Jane Grey seized the throne and ruled as queen for a few days. However, the people of England recognized Mary as the rightful successor, so she returned home and was crowned. But I don't get it. Do they love her or do they hate her? I don't know. Is she legitimate or not?
I'm still confused with all the marriages and divorces and all this crazy stuff. But it's funny, though, that you mentioned all the incest going on in the royal family. There are some videos on YouTube. I don't remember the name of the creator that would do them. But he would choose like a random person from the royal family and then just talk about how inbred they were. And some of these people, they were like, they married like their cousin's daughter, or they're married like it was just like ridiculous, like how inbred these people were.
Yeah, I mean, because they wanted to keep it within the family, basically. They wanted to continue the lineage, but that fucks up how you're going to be born. Like a lot of the times they're born, what's it called when they have like those rooms where they lock you in? They're called the something rooms. I think the Kennedys had one.
A panic room?
No, not a panic room. When they have a child that is born...
an escape room?
Mentally retarded, or... You know what I mean? Like they have like oh my God, the word escapes me. There's even a movie about it where they lock the child in because they don't want society to see that they had a bad kid or whatever. Like, I mean, to them, it's a bad kid. Obviously, to us, it's not. But the shun room, the situation
room.
No.
Oh, I think that's Fox. Fox News.
It was none of the rooms that you mentioned. I'm sure our super friends out there are like, it's the blah, blah, blah room. Anyway, there used to be these fucked up rooms where they would lock in their kids so that they wouldn't come out to society because they were not hashtag, in quotes, normal.
Yeah. I think on one of those videos, they said that King Charles, like the current king, he's the most inbred out of all of them because there's only like maybe like 2 or 3 degrees separation between Queen Elizabeth, the former queen, and Prince. I don't even remember what his name was because he died. I feel like he died a long time ago, but I'm sure that's like a Mandela effect. But yeah, like they were like not really like even like distant cousins. They were like second cousins or something. But just the way that inbreeding works, it like compounds, like compound interest. So it just keeps on adding on and on and on. So he's the most inbred king I think that there has ever been, or something like that.
Oh, wow. Well, he's not king yet. He's still prince.
No, he's already king.
Wait, what?
King Charles? Yeah, he's already king. He was like coronated, I want to say at the beginning of the year. Like they waited like maybe like 3 months for mourning for when Queen Elizabeth died.
Oh my gosh, where have I been? She died?
Yeah, remember they even released like the royal portrait where he looks like Vigo the Carpathian.
Oh, wait, you were talking about that. Yes, Vigo the Carpathian. Yes, and I even looked it up and oh my gosh. I actually don't recall her ever passing. That's why I was like, Princess King now what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she died I think last year.
Or have I been? I don't know. I don't listen to the news.
Well.
I stay away from it, but I know that's pretty big. I know you guys even talked about it, but wow. Okay. Well, you heard it here first, folks. No, just kidding.
Most people heard it like 7 months ago, I think.
I know. I heard it here first, folks.
Actually, now you got me interested. Let me check to see when Queen Elizabeth died. Oh my God, she died in September of 2022.
No manches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember. So long ago. So they waited like a whole year?
No, I think they waited maybe like 3 months, I want to say. Like they gave like 3 months of mourning or whatever. But Prince Philip's was her husband, and he died in 2021. Although I feel like he died like 10 years ago or something. I feel like it was a long time ago when he died, but I guess he only died in 2021.
Yeah, because it always seemed like she was coming out alone forever, so...
Yeah, I think it's just because he had been sick for a very long time. So he wouldn't make that many public appearances.
I probably did know that she had passed. And for some reason, it's like I'm hearing it for the first time right now. How embarrassing.
You know what? Ever since the pandemic, I feel like I've been in like a time black hole or something. Or like Like, I feel like time doesn't make sense anymore. Some things seem like they happened so long ago, and it was only like 2 years ago. Other things seem like just happened like yesterday, but it was like 10 years ago. So I feel like my time is all fucked up since the pandemic.
Yeah, that's true. Or maybe it's probably just attributed to old age.
That too. That, and I'm sure I'm coming into a little bit of senility in my... But the coronation was actually on May 6, 2023. So yeah, I guess they did wait quite a bit.
Oh, is this where like Beyonce or somebody came and she like performed for it? Oh yeah, there was a bunch of performances for it. Wasn't it like super like hyped up and a bunch of like celebrities went?
I don't know if Beyonce was there. I know she performed. Well, I want to say I don't want to say I know, but I think she performed when Barack Obama became president. But I don't think she performed for King Charles's coronation.
Oh, I'm probably confusing it. I don't know.
It's very easy to confuse King Charles and Barack Obama. So
Barack Obama, yeah, they look exactly the same.
yeah, I can see where you made that confusion. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just remember there were a lot of performances and somebody was, no, you know what? I think I'm confusing it with Donald Trump's inauguration.
I know the royal family did not attend that. I think they protested by not attending.
Okay. Never mind. Let's get back to Mary Tudor and Bloody Mary.
Okay.
A woman of 7 and 30, she was a forceful leader, but also sincere, jovial, and easygoing. Unlike her father, she disliked cruel punishments and signing death warrants. She also longed to bring the people back to the Church of Rome, and to achieve this, she determined to marry Philip II of Spain, who happens to be the son of Charles V and 11 years her junior, and also incestuous much.
Oh, just like the royal family. Some things never change.
Exactly. But you know what? Good for her. She got herself a younger guy. It's all good, man.
So she was the sugar mama then?
Yeah, why not? You know what? Guys never mature anyway. It's the same thing.
That is true.
Her advisor cautioned her about this union and preferred her to marry Courtenay. I don't know if it's Courtney or Courtenay, Earl of Devon and of royal blood. But seriously, I wouldn't marry a man named Courtney either. Mary's desire to restore Roman Catholicism as England's religion made her many enemies. Parliament was also not very happy with her wish to marry Philip, but she replied, quote, "My marriage is my own affair," end quote. So fuck y'all.
Bitches.
In 1554, a Protestant insurrection broke out under the leadership of Sir Thomas Wyatt. Concerned, Queen Mary quickly took to the citizens of England with a badass speech, encouraging her people to fight for her. While married to Philip, she restored the Catholic creed and revived the laws of heresy. For 3 years, those who went against her and the church were hung on gallows, and nonconformists were executed, with about 300 bodies being burned at the stake.
Wow.
And this, my friends, yes, is why the Queen was now referred to as Bloody Mary. Mary would never have children of her own, would be forever hated, and Philip would be distrusted and slandered. Sick, grief-stricken, and abandoned by Philip, she would die alone on November 17th, 1558. Queen Elizabeth I would succeed, and Mary's hopes for a Catholic England would die with her.
Oh,
Jose, are you ready to invoke Bloody Mary?
that's what I was born to do.
All right, cool. I'm going to tell you how to invoke her in case you're interested in restoring this age-old incantation / folklore. This according to Wikipedia and WikiHow, link in the show notes.
Show notes.
And WikiHow even has pictures. All right, so step 1. You're encouraged to play with a group of friends / people. Decide how you're going to choose your first victim. You're either going to draw straws or something, maybe toss a coin. I don't know. Usually there's going to be that one friend that thinks that he's the bravest one and he's probably going to volunteer for it.
That's me.
All right. So you volunteer. Step 2, you've got to have a mirror with you. I so happen to have one right here.
I do not have a mirror since I only look at myself in the mirror when I have to. So that's in the bathroom when I shave.
You were like, I was not prepared.
Yeah. If I would have known, I would have had my black candles out.
Oh, I have them too. WikiHow states the poor soul goes into the bathroom while the lights are turned off, but with a candle. Wikipedia states that the entire group can call upon her as long as the room is darkly lit with candles and you have a mirror. Katroptomancy. Say it all with me. Katroptomancy.
Whatever that means.
That means that it's a ritual in front of a mirror.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I know. I had to practice that a few times and I still didn't get it right.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah. Step 3. This is a good part. Okay, I got my candles right here. I got my mirror in front of me. My room is not that darkly lit because I got to see what I'm doing. But WikiHow says you need to state her name 3 times. Wikipedia says 13 times or some other specified number while the group is all looking into the mirror. However, I was always brought up with 3 times. How about you, Jose?
Yeah, just like Beetlejuice. 3 times a charm.
Yeah, exactly. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh, no, tampoco no salió. Okay. Or Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Or although I think Antonio said that was like 8 times or something. Or 6? I don't know. All right, let's try this. So we're going to say Bloody Mary,
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
I got a notification saying that your microphone is being too noisy.
You like that I even turned off the lights in my room and everything?
Yeah, it was awesome. So, step 4.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, she has not appeared.
Oh, okay.
So, if she does not appear, you're supposed to turn around 3 times and then
And then do the hokey pokey?
Yeah, and you turn yourself about.
That's what it's all about.
And then if she still doesn't appear, then you turn around the other way for 3 times and then you hope for her to appear. But anyway.
And by that time you forget what the fuck you were doing and
you're already fucking dizzy and shit. Y luego le pegas a la piñata.
Yeah.
And for those super friends who don't know Spanish, I said, and then that's when you hit the piñata.
What's piñata in English?
I don't know. What is it? It's a piñata. I don't know. It's a piñata. So she is said to look like a witch, a corpse, a ghost, or a demonic spirit.
When do you sacrifice the chicken?
There are no chickens involved.
Or do you sacrifice any other animals?
You sacrifice no animals.
Ah, this is no fun.
All you need are candles and a mirror, and that's it. And apparently, people, you need an audience. There are accounts of her being friendly, while others are of her being evil. Step 6. Guess what? Nothing probably happened. You blow out the candle, you tell the next person to get in there if you did the whole bathroom thing, and you try it again. But if you were lucky enough to see her, try snapping a picture so we can all see her.
The same thing with aliens. There's never any pictures of aliens. All these people that claim to see them, they all have cell phones. It's always like the worst possible quality picture.
Exactly. We all have pretty new phones now.
Fucking like 80 megapixel cameras and shit.
Exactly. There's no reason for your picture to look like shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to legend, her apparition may scream at you, curse you, strangle you, steal your soul, or scratch your eyes out.
So a typical Tuesday then.
Exactly.
All right.
Depending on the myth or region you are in, you might even call her by Hell Mary, not Hail, Hell Mary, or Mary Worth. Japan even has their very own version called Hanako-san. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Hanako-san, Hanako-san, Hanako-san.
There you go. Oh my God, behind you.
I think that joke only works once.
Oh. Hey, the first time I didn't tell you something was behind you. If you think that Bloody Mary appeared to you, here are some explanations. 1. Being in a darkly dim room while staring at a mirror for a prolonged period of time may cause hallucinations. I feel like this is like, if you take this pastilla, this is what's good. These are the side effects. Facial features can begin to melt, distort, disappear, rotate, and while other hallucinatory elements can make you see an animal or strange faces seemingly appear.
If you have an erection for more than 6 hours, please contact your medical professional. I don't remember which comedian said that. He's like, if I have an erection for more than 6 hours, I'm contacting every ex-girlfriend I ever had. Contacting every hoe I know.
That shit reminds me of a 40-year-old virgin where the guy's like, I've had an erection for 4 hours and it says for me to contact you, but he never actually took Viagra. And then he's like, what do I do? And he's like, I don't know, light a match and put it in between your taint and the pain should help you.
So, oh shit, that only made it worse.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Giovanni Caputo from the University of Urbino suggests that this phenomenon, as he likes to dub it, the strange face illusion, is a consequence of a dissociative identity effect which causes the brain's facial recognition system to misfire in an unidentified way. Or 2, other possible explanations can be that of Troxler's fading or the Troxler effect, which is an optical illusion where you fixate on a particular point, even if it's just for a short period of time, and the stimuli around it starts to fade away. Or 3, another possible explanation is that of apophenia, a tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things.
Or 5, Pepper's ghost.
5, you kiss 4?
Oh. Or Pepper's ghost, which is what they used to make the Tupac Shakur hologram.
Pues sí. That one's a good one.
Yeah, just smoke and mirrors, folks.
And lastly, there is some debate as to who Bloody Mary was in real life. I go with the most obvious, Mary Tudor, who was actually called Bloody Mary, yet others think it can be Elizabeth Bathory, who was accused of vampirism, or Mary Worth, a woman who was accused of killing slaves escaping the American South via the Underground Railroad.
Or Mrs. Butterworth.
No, Butterworth, no.
No, oh, sorry.
Esa es la miel. That's the syrup you put on your pancakes.
It's good syrup, too. Good stuff.
Yeah. If you're interested in the story of Elizabeth Bathory, Jose did an episode on that topic, and it was released on November 29th, 2021. I actually just listened to it again because I wanted to make sure you did not mention Bloody Mary because I wasn't sure.
I don't remember, but usually when I think of Mary, I don't think of Elizabeth. I think of Beth.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Beth, I hear calling, but I can't come home right now.
Oh,
I need somebody to play a little piano.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
I know.
Me and the boys will be playing, and I just can't find the sound. Just a few more.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I'll stop there.
Okay, yeah. Special shout out to all the super duper super friends. Sophia, Natasha, Eric, Angie, Eli, Katya, Madtown Charity, Victor, Christine, and Josh.
And Beth, because I hear her calling, but she can't come home right now.
Bloody Mary. No, just kidding. If you also want to be super duper and help support the show, get the episodes a week early, ad-free, get your name shouted out on the show, and receive some really cool stickers from us, check us out at patreon.com for technically a conversation, or check the show notes.
Show notes.
It's only 6 cents a day or $2 a month. No, just kidding. You can unfortunately summon Bloody Mary for free, but who wants to do that? So come on, you know you'd rather subscribe and be haunted free.
And it's only $2. You can't even buy Starbucks for $2.
That is very true.
Or the candles that you need to summon Bloody Mary.
You can't even buy Dunkin' Donuts for $2. I tried. And with that, we hope you enjoyed the show and join us again next week. If you're enjoying the show, leave us a review, tell a friend, and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Follow us on the socials at greetingstac. Email us at greetingstac@gmail.com. Or leave us a voicemail at 915-317-6669. If you have a Bloody Mary story to share with us.
Us.
Oh, no.
Kill. You know, when you were saying about doing the incantation,
Oh, yeah.
I imagine it was going to be like Mumbra or some shit, like ancient spirits of evil or something like dramatic like that.
Nothing traumatic. Hey, but mira, la Bloody Mary todavía no sale. I'm waiting for her.
Yeah. And also for people that write incantations, we need more incantations that start with ancient spirits of evil. It just sounds cool.
It does.